Вітаю. Тема брифінгу – підсумки гуманітарного розмінування.
Welcome. Today we present the results of the humanitarian demining by the pyrotechnics units of the Ministry of Internal Affairs since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Russian troops into Ukraine. Pyrotechnics of the Ministry of the Interior have been performing daily tasks related to the demining. According to the preliminary estimates, the total area where humanitarian demining is needed is at the level of 300,000 square kilometers, which is almost half of the territory of this country. Today, complex and painstaking work is being done to clear fields and forests of demining. Let me also note that today the pyrotechnicians have already surveyed a significant amount of agricultural land, including the Chernigiv region in the fields of LLC Land of Freedom, Bakhmacharga, and others. In the Kyiv region, we have inspected Agrofirma, Timarka, Grona Agro, and Agro. Our Ministry of Internal Affairs and regional military administrations have been requested to have their lands checked. Let me also emphasize that the Ministry of the Interior is making every effort to help agrarians. It should also be noted that the rivers, basins, and reservoirs, as well as the coastal waters of the Azov and Black Sea, have to be cleared for contamination. According to our estimates, the territory of approximately 19,000 square kilometers may be contaminated and needs to be cleared. Among the explosive substances used are stuff that are prohibited by the international conventions. We are constructing different explosive minefields, trap mines, and false targets. Such work is by definition a slow one, because acceleration can lead to the death of explosive specialists. Despite the deathly danger, our units immediately within minutes of shelling of the settlements with the ammunition and cluster munitions, including remote mining systems, carry out their neutralization not to hurt the civilians. At the same time, the enemy uses remote mining systems cynically set up in the territory of the different settlements, leaving behind traps and other kinds of munitions that threaten the life of the civilians. In total, the pyrotechnic units of the ministry have surveyed so far about 33,000 square kilometers, including Kyiv, Chernihiv, and Sumy oblasts, with 248 settlements cleared. In Kyiv, 220, in Chernihiv, 18, and the same number goes for Sumy Oblast. We have demined 720 kilometers of highway, more than 100 railways, more than 1,100 objects of civilian infrastructure, and more than 1,000 kilometers of power lines. The order and urgency of the demining activities, in accordance with the requests we receive from the local communities, is determined by the regional military administrations. Unfortunately, we see many deaths and injuries from mines and explosives, and especially acute this problem is where the agricultural lands are being worked, when the agricultural machinery drives upon mines, leading to the emergency situation. The most common cases of injuries and deaths of civilians include explosions of motor and agricultural vehicles on anti-tank tanks on dirt roads, and also in the field, explosions in the forest strips and green areas on anti-personnel mines. We also have to mind the unwary handling of the citizens with the ammunitions in the areas of hostilities. I would like to reiterate once again our appeal for citizens to refrain from going to forests and observe all the safety measures. Once again, I plead with you mind what you're doing and avoid putting yourself in danger. Let me also remind you that the Ministry of the Interior is using the different devices and applications called demining Ukraine, and you can download such applications both at App Store and Google Play and report on all the dangerous devices. Let me also remind you that briefings like today, as for the results of the humanitarian demining of the SES, National Police, National Guard, and the Ministry of the Interior, are held weekly on Tuesdays on 1400. Please join us and take care of yourselves. If there are questions, I am ready to answer. Question from the Ukrinform agency. Once again, could you specify, you mentioned different types of explosives. What kind of type are you detecting the most? And another issue is the share of detected Russian explosives that are banned by international conventions. Cluster bombs, cluster munitions. Do you detect the situation? Can you identify where these bombings are coming from, a particular unit? As for the cluster munitions, you will know it is effective for 48 hours. And within that period of time, it must be cleared. No one records where it came from. Our first priority is to clear it. Where it comes from, you know, it's clear, I think. It's not our priorities. Do you have other questions? Thank you very much.